Go.
Htwow October Season 2. Go.
Hi, Htwow listeners. Thank you for punching up the October 2018 episode 16 of your favorite beer and music podcast. Before Toby and I get to the incredible content and all of the rambling stories about diarrhea and boat to boat, we want to talk to you about following this podcast and sharing this podcast. If you would like to keep up with Toby and myself on a day-to-day basis, if you want to feel like you're our best friends, the best place to do that is on Twitter. I am at Old Waver. He is at Toby Pipes. Right, Toby?
That's exactly right.
If you would like to keep up with all of our episodes, just go to oldwaver.com and you can click on the podcast link at the top and you can see all of the previous episodes, assuming that all the links still work. And also, if you would like to get in touch with us, if you'd like to tell us what a great job we're doing or what a colossal waste of time this is, or I don't know, that you think Toby sounds sexy, or that you think all the songs that I play are stupid, you can do so by emailing us at htwowpod@gmail.com. And, we pumped that up at the beginning of last month's episode, and just want to give a shout out to some good, strong listeners to Htwow that paid their respects and sent the email that we requested, where they just put test in the subject line and pressed send. So thank you to Trey and David and KJ and Justin and Trevor and Matt and Luis and Lana. All of those people were bored enough to send us a stupid email. But really, we would like to have a conversation with you. We would like to know what you think about the podcast, and we want to serve you and make it better in the future. So thank you for listening. Please stay tuned for so much greatness. Oh my God, it's going to be so long and so excruciating, but it's going to be worth it on Htwow. I almost bought bugles at the convenience store today.
Wow.
Did you used to put them on your fingers?
No.
October 2018 episode. It's episode number 16. We're closing in on the big episode number 20. Don't even know what we're going to do to celebrate.
Why is 20 a big one?
I don't know. Because it's like twice as many as 10.
I get it. What do you think of your beer?
I haven't, I cracked it during the song, but I haven't tasted it yet. By the way, if you are just tuning in to High Tea with Old Waver, otherwise known as Htwow, I am Dave. I am also known as Old Waver. I can be reached on Twitter at Old Waver. And my co-host on this podcast is Toby Pipes. He is at Toby Pipes on Twitter, and he's a famous musician.
It's true.
I am a somewhat notable regional radio personality.
And a famous voice-over artist.
Thank you for knowing that. And we bring you music and beer every month. We usually try and get it in before the end of the month, so hopefully this will actually post before Halloween.
It should. What's today? What's the date?
I don't know. I don't want to say, because then people will know exactly when we recorded it and how long it takes to turn it around.
Well, it's going to take a few days.
No, you're a busy man.
I am a busy man.
But we hope that you are having a wonderful fall, a wonderful festive October season, or November, if that's when you happen to be listening to this. And we bring you 3 songs apiece. We kind of swap back and forth. I get to go first, then Toby. We also both bring a beer. And I brought yet another strong beer because that's what we do.
That's your thing.
It is my thing. It is from Buffalo Bayou Brewing Company out of Houston, Texas.
Houston. A lot of breweries out of Houston now. I guess there's a lot of breweries out of everywhere now.
Yeah, there's a lot of breweries everywhere. And this is a double IPA, which means it's strong. It's 9%.
Yeah. It's, it's sort of, it has a little bit of the, it tastes a little like the Htwow beer. Are you feeling that?
Our Saison?
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got such a thick head, I can't even choke it down.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, that's smooth. I like that. This is entitled More Cowbell.
Hey, like the thing with the Blue Oyster Cult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy comedy and beer, this is the beer for you.
Yeah. It looks more, the can and the 9% makes it seem more, it's scary when you look at the can, but it doesn't taste that way.
No, it's more intimidating in the can.
Daunting.
But it's got a nice cloudy amber color with a really frothy whipped cream head on it. Look
it really
at that.
does.
Look at that.
I know, it's still going. It's almost like a, like a Bellhaven kind of.
See, I poured the entire pint. These come in a 4-pack of pints. So check out my. Turn your head around and look at this.
Holy!
Look at that gorgeous head. And now look at my beer.
Hey, man, we really got off to a great start.
Yeah.
Yours does sort of look like a Coke float.
I know it does.
When that happens.
There is no ice cream in there. I had never heard of Buffalo Bayou Brewing Company before, but somebody brought this to my my house for a football party.
Tain't never heard of it.
And I remember liking it, and then I saw it in the store today, and I couldn't find anything crazy pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't do that.
I couldn't find any stupid Oktoberfest or Halloween beer, so I went with this. And it's probably better that I did.
It's better than the one you had last week.
Last month?
Last month.
Yeah. Speaking of last month, okay, so before we get to the tunes, let's just kind of rewind to the September episode. A fantastic episode. If you haven't listened to it, you really need to.
You really need to. A lot of great information.
Yeah, you took us through the journey of Fatboy Slim, Norman Cook, from the House Martins to, what was the second thing?
What was the name of that? I already forget.
I already forget too.
It was good though.
Yeah, and then in retrospect though, after we played some stuff in the after hours, and you played me the Norman Cook David Byrne thing,
right?
And I wish we would have played that instead, because I really like that, especially when you watch the video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy. And then we played a Fatboy Slim song, and then I played some crap. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, that's going to happen again tonight as well.
You're doing another theme.
I'm doing another theme, but I had a really hard time deciding what to play, so we're just going to...
When you're doing one of those career-spanning things, it's hard to boil it down to 3 songs.
It's fun to learn.
It is fun to learn. And that's why we're here for you, the kind listener that bothered to download this or access it on your iTunes or wherever
on their long drive, or maybe a run, or a walk.
Yeah, so thank you for listening, and we want to make it worth your while. We want to educate you and make you learn to love new musics, or old musics, as it were.
Take notes.
So going back to last month, we had a great episode. And we had the beginnings of a really great night.
It was fun. We had a really good time. So generally we record the pod in the afternoon, and then we have dinner, we have drinks, we party on into the night at Toby's house, and then I drive home hungover to Dallas the next day. And so last month, you had a buddy here in College Station that had a big birthday celebration at a local establishment. Yeah, it was Bill's birthday at the Republic here in town. Not the brewery, the steak restaurant.
Yes. So we went, they had kind of a little happy hour, and then all the grown-ups went to go have dinner. Like, they had a table for all of his real friends, and you and I just sat at the bar and ate.
Yeah, the kids' table, except at a bar.
Yes. So we ate.
It was delicious.
It was really good. Then we came back here, and we had some more cocktails, and then things really took a turn.
Things ramped up for you.
Yeah, and you have a theory. Do you want to get into that now, or do you want to hear my side of the story first?
Well, here's my theory, because it's quick.
Okay.
We found out, do you remember the next day we're doing some bucket fishing in the backyard?
Right.
And we split one of those crackberries.
Uh-huh.
And remember I was saying, man, this tastes really sour and it's flat. Like something's wrong with this. And Joanna had one the other day, and she was like, yeah, this is not right. And you slammed one of those right when we got back. I don't know if you remember that.
Vaguely.
You had you finished a crackberry, and I think because we haven't opened them yet. But there was it was as flat. It was like they were, what makes a beer flat like that much, all 6 cans? Like, do you think that that's a heat thing?
I don't know if it's. I would think it's a mistake at the bottling or the canning. Like it just didn't get a good seal or something.
Yeah, because I got it at the store and then brought it straight home. So there was nothing. And they're usually crackberry ciders are really good, but man, they were really flat, and I think that they were bad.
So they all turned, is what you're telling me.
If a cider can turn, can they?
I guess if you have something that's perishable, beer or cider is perishable, right? Mm-hmm. If it's not sealed properly.
Yeah. And you slammed one. Right when we got back, that's the first thing you had.
Okay, so after that, we were watching like Monday Night Football or something.
It was just nothing.
Yeah, we were just we were talking. We were watching random stuff on TV, and
I disappear at some point. And
I could tell you got a little quiet.
Yeah, I got a little quiet because I wasn't feeling really good. And
now, did you feel bad like on the way home in the Uber on the way home, or was it when we got here?
Well, I told you, like, right as we were about to leave the restaurant, I got up and I felt really bloated. Like, I went to the bathroom just to tinkle before we left.
I don't even remember that.
And I felt like distended. Like I was, showing like first trimester. And
okay, well, I'm thinking then that ruins my theory.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a combo theory.
Okay.
So when we get back here and I slam the rancid crackberry, I start to feel really bad as we're sitting there watching TV, and so I kind of slink out. I don't even know if I don't think I excused myself. I think you were doing something else and I just disappeared. So I go to the bathroom in the guest wing of your home, and I start to erupt from both ends. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was, finish on one side and then turn around and start again on the other side.
Well, it's nice you had some privacy back here.
Yeah.
I heard none of this.
Good, because it was violent. And so I was, I was a little sauced because we had super strong beers. We finished 2 of my like 10% beers each. We finished, I think, 2 of your beers each. I think we maybe had a cocktail before we Ubered to the restaurant. Then we had several cocktails at the restaurant.
Several.
And then the
professors drink.
Yes. And then the rancid crackberry. So I don't remember how many drinks I had, but it was a lot. And so I was like, it was a very embarrassing scene. Were you to like walk in and check on me, because I think at one point I had my pants around my ankles and I was laying on the floor because I couldn't stand up. I was so...
Like in the hallway or in the bathroom?
No, in the bathroom.
Oh.
I was so sick and so just incapacitated from the booze that I was just like woozy and couldn't stand, and I was a mess.
But remember, I did come and check on you, but you were already in.
Yeah, I was already done. So, after I finally get rid of everything in my system, and the last thing, and this is my theory. The last thing that I did before I, cleaned myself up and retired to my bedroom, the guest room, is I believe that I hurled up the very first oyster I ate when we got our little oyster appetizer at the restaurant.
But it can't be the oysters.
You didn't get sick, but maybe it was just one.
Just one?
Maybe there was just one bad one. Maybe it was the crackberry, but maybe it was just one bad oyster.
It could be. Definitely could be, because we had assorted. They weren't all the weren't they all different kinds? They weren't all from the same.
I don't remember. But so I finally get myself together, and I lay down on top of the covers in the guest room, thinking that maybe I can rally. That maybe I will feel better, and then I can rejoin the party.
Yeah, because I went in there and I checked on you.
Yeah,
and I said, and I was like, "Hey, man, you've been gone a long time." Because I didn't think about it for a while. Then I was like, "Man, he has been gone for a while now. It had to have been at least 40 minutes."
Right.
And so,
and I intentionally left the bedroom door open to encourage myself to not just shut it down.
That was the whole deal. I was like, "Hey, man, is everything okay?" And you were like, "Yeah, something's up. Like something's definitely." But I'm gonna rally. I'll be out there in a second. And I remember just saying, "Why?" We're not doing anything.
What for?
Like we're doing nothing.
Yeah, and I think
nothing's gonna happen from here on out. Why would you rally? Like there's some party going on outside.
And so it was like 30 minutes later you checked again and I was passed out?
Oh, you were totally out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I even turned the light off and shut the door and the whole
tucked
thing.
Me in.
Yeah, you know that weird kind of comfort even when you have all your clothes on? But you've gone through the violent act that you went through.
Yes.
But now you feel good, but you're also so tired because it takes so much out of you that it's the best.
Your whole body has just been so tense and just so violently against everything that's happening to you.
Yeah. That now you've accepted your soul again.
Right.
And it's the most pleasant.
I slept like a baby.
You were so out. And I was like, look at that. It's like a college kid coming home from his 7:30 class because he signed up too late, and it's his nap. You know the nap,
right?
The 9:30 nap after your stupid lab at 7:30. That's the best sleep you've ever had in your life.
Little Pumpkin's so exhausted.
Little Pumpkin. Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I bet were you sweating a little bit?
Probably. I don't know. But I did ultimately rally because I was on fire when we were bucket fishing the next day.
Oh, that was unreal. You broke the record, right?
Yeah, I hit like 20 some buckets.
It was insane. Did you? I have a surprise for you.
You have a new rod? Zebcow? Is it a Zebcow?
It's not a Zebcow. It's one of those slinger. What are they called? I don't know what they're called, but basically it doesn't have cartoons on it.
Okay, so it's not a Dora,
right? And it.
Yeah, because we had a Dora and a BB-8 rod and reel.
Right.
And
the other one was just Anakin.
Oh, it was just Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. And,
I have the BB-8 at my house. That's right.
That's right. But yeah, no, this one has an actual, like you can tell. It's we'll take a picture of it. It's really nice. You're gonna enjoy this.
Yeah. So if you enjoy fishing or if you just enjoy mindless pastimes, just throw a bucket out in your yard and then just get a kiddie rod and reel and just try and cast into the bucket. And that's what we do for hours.
It's so much fun. I mean, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but when you're stupid and simple like we are.
You know what else I've gotten?
What?
I've acquired, and this was a gift for Pace, but obviously really for me.
Mm-hmm.
A new Nerf goal.
Really?
It's in the kitchen because the problem was we had.
What kind? Are you talking about a field goal or a
basketball?
Oh, basketball goal.
You know, on the
I saw that.
door. Yeah.
I saw that.
And finally, it's an actual Nerf ball, so it's light enough. But you know, we spend hours playing pig or horse in the kitchen while we're cooking. It's fantastic.
Perfect.
I love it. So I have games all over the house now. It's like my whole house is a tailgate. Right? It's like a tailgate house.
Yeah. Well, you turned me on to the indoor cornhole, where it's like the three tiers of buckets.
Yeah. What is that called?
I can't even remember.
Bullseye bucket.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
If you want to get real fancy, you can play it like hacky sack, but we're not that cool.
No, you just want to throw it in the tiers. But that's so much fun. It is like a tailgate house. We lived in Louisiana for just too long. And there's just tailgate stuff to do everywhere and have drinks.
Okay, so hopefully I will keep it together and I will not get alcohol out.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, it's already not looking great. Dude.
Hopefully I will not get alcohol and or food poisoning today. And we'll have another fine podcast.
The crackberries have been thrown away.
Good.
We emptied them all.
Well, I'm glad that at least there was maybe another suspect in my internal
demise.
Yeah, in my internal mugging that occurred.
Yeah. Well, let's we've been chatting. Let's get to a tune, but we also have a few other updates that we'll get to after. I know that there's a very quick cat update that everyone always looks forward to. Right.
Yes, I do have several other things to touch on later on in the show, and I'm sure you do as well as revealing the subject of your retrospective today. But first, let's get cranking with my first tune. And if I have a theme this month, it's really just indie guitar rock. And I have stacked the tunes that they are going to get increasingly heavy and shreddy.
When you say indie guitar rock, what does that mean? Because I think that means, like when you say that, I'm like, is that... I mean, I know you, so I know you're not going to play like Blink-182 or something.
No, I mean,
like...
I think it's, to me, it's stuff that obviously is on like an indie label, and stuff that kind of sounds like college radio in the 90s.
Okay, like I got you. Like
And so this is all brand new stuff, all stuff that has come out in the last couple of months. And the first thing that I'm going to play actually was released on October 5th, so just earlier this month. And it's a band from Ontario, Canada, that I first became aware of like 10 years ago or more. I saw them at South by Southwest when they had just put out their first EP. And loved them then, kind of lost track of them.
Did you run, was that a run on to them on accident? Or you went to the show on purpose?
I think I went to the show on purpose because I think I had heard the EP before the South by, bro.
Hey.
But
everyone got signed.
But they just put out their fourth full length. Now they're grizzled old men. They're known as Tokyo Police Club, and this song is entitled Pigs.
On Htwow.
I work so hard. I made my mark, but I'm kept in the dark while the pigs get paid. They shake your hands, they break your bands, they'll take you where you stand. Yeah, the pigs get paid. Yeah. Oh, darling, I wanna buy a house for you. Oh, darling, I wanna set you free. Oh, darling, I wanna do the dance with you. But I'm on my knees, please help me. Let's drink, let's ride. The ink has dried, but don't blink. They're not on your side. Yeah, the pigs get paid. Hey man, great show. Here's what you owe. Oh, what can I say when the lyrics don't matter anyways? Ah, darling, I wanna buy a house for you. Ah, darling, I wanna set you free. Oh, darling, I wanna do the dance with you. But I'm on my knees, please help me. It don't add up. 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 So put $1 in my cup.
That's cool. I like the style of the recording of that.
Yeah, it's very live to tape kind of.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a early Iggy Pop thing or something. You know.
Yeah. So their first EP that came out in 2006 was called A Lesson in Crime. Mm-hmm. And
the Tokyo Police Club.
Tokyo Police Club.
Now I know of them. Did they have like a little minor hit? Did they have something?
Yeah, they had some kind of indie hits back in 06, 07, 08.
Yeah, I remember the name and remember liking them.
Yeah.
And never.
So that first
up.
EP, which I really, really liked, it had 8 songs, but it was only, let me see the runtime again. It was only 16:22
for the whole record.
For 8 songs. So they were like, when they first came out, they were very like snot-nosed kids, and they played really fast. Every song was really, really fast, and like 2 minutes, 2:30 tops. And so now, if you listen to this new record, they seem. It just seems like they have just spent the last 10 years like playing in their favorite bar or playing in their buddy's basement and just jamming. They're much more of just kind of a straight ahead rock band than like the angular post-punk thing that they were doing when they first came around. But I really like the vocalist David Monks. Really like his vocal quality.
His vocalizing.
Yes. And, I dig that tune.
It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, so their first...
Short and sweet.
Their first full length was in 2008. It was called Elephant Shell. And that was on Saddle Creek. So that was like, they got signed, bro.
Yeah.
And then they've put out 2 since then, Champ and Forcefield. I think I have Champ, but I don't have Forcefield. They also put out a kind of a 2-part EP called Melancholy and the Infinite Radness.
That's funny. It's not a cover.
No,
Okay.
It's not a cover. But the new one is entitled TPC, just the initials of Tokyo Police Club. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff, boys.
All right, so let's transition now to the Toby half of the program.
Here's
and
where it gets serious.
You have a theme once again. You're going to take us all the way back to what year? To begin with, anyway.
I'm not sure. You know what? I was going to ask you about that. I feel like one of the songs. When did Bluebell Knoll come out?
87, 86.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not really sure exactly the first 2. They might not be in order, but I felt like I needed to play for our Elizabeth Fraser review.
Oh, 88. I'm stupid.
Was it really 88?
Yeah. Because that was the run. The run.
I would have gone with.
That was the one directly before Heaven or Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, man, I would have guessed 86 on that.
Yeah.
So I get all those pretty confused.
I guess we got to talking about Elizabeth Fraser last month.
Yeah, that was the teaser.
Yeah, we opened and closed the show last month with was it Ice Blink Luck from Heaven or Las Vegas? I think so. I think that
sounds right. Yeah. The Walnut Chest.
Right. And so that got your wheels turning on Elizabeth Fraser.
Yeah. Now, should I do the next one on Elaine Jorgensen? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, sure. Well, I think, to pull back the curtain, I think next month we had talked about doing a concert preview. We're going to do, I think, a Jesus and Mary Chain 9 Inch Nails show ahead of the November two-night set at the Toyota Music Factory in Irving.
Once again, we've been pulled in to help them sell some tickets.
I know, yeah. Even though I had to wait in line for 6 hours for those tickets.
Those are the early tickets.
Yeah, they still need help selling it out. So we're going to do our part.
Do our thing.
Next month. But yes, you do need to do an Alan Jurgensen at some point.
That'd be great. He was in a bunch of things. That'd be an easy one.
Yeah.
And he's weird as hell.
He's
crazy.
So you're not necessarily going in chronological order here.
I don't think so.
Elizabeth Fraser.
But the second group, I can't. I think that I might have stumbled upon a group that will be a new thing for you.
I hope so.
But I don't know the exact year of when she was with this other group singing backup.
Okay.
So,
but we're starting with
let's start with the
Twins.
Cocteau Twins. It seems like what we should do, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about Liz Fraser, you need to start with the Cocteau Twins.
Do you know how she and Robin Guthrie met?
If you went out in the 80s in England or in Scotland or anywhere,
like a band started,
there was a chance that someone liked the way you looked and said, "Hey, do you want to sing for our band?" And that's what happened with her. And they didn't realize that she had the voice of a. I mean, who would guess that? But they just thought that she looked cool, and so she's in the band.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the story says. Who knows what actually happened? Surely they had heard her sing once, or maybe it was like, "Hey, can you come try out or whatever?
Come by and jam with us."
And then she just starts making up words that make no sense.
Right.
And then,
she starts singing in her own made-up language.
Yeah, but let's jump to it. Let's play a Cocteau Twins song. I can't wait already.
Are you doing off of Bluebell Knoll?
Yeah, and I'm going to do a vinyl because we haven't done it in a while, and it's cool to have a Cocteau Twins vinyl.
Yeah, bro. Do you have the is this the version with the crazy sleeve?
What does that mean? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. See, I have a copy. I think I got it from Jeff K. But like this part on the right hand side,
right,
where it has the Cocteau Twins and the album title.
It's kind of their thing. They like that.
Yeah, I think the one I have, it's like a translucent band that wraps around, so the image is full bleed, and then this part just like slides over.
God, I love that Jeff K got mentioned again.
I know, every episode he comes up. But yeah, I bought a bunch of records from him, and for some reason he parted with Bluebell Knoll.
I'm sure he has 9 copies of it.
Probably.
I wanted to go to that vinyl getaway thing that he did when he was pretending that he was selling all of his vinyl.
Right, and now he just buys box sets to replace all the ones that he sold.
And he kept the good ones.
Yeah.
He's a DJ guy.
Right.
Well, yeah, let's get to it. I know that you know this song. I don't know if it's your first go-to every time you play Bluebell Knoll, but man.
You pretty much can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with anything Bluebell Knoll, Heaven or Las Vegas, 4 Calendar Cafe, right?
Yeah.
Just start at the beginning and they're all going to be good.
That was their apex.
Yeah, I have a bunch of older records like Treasure and...
Right. I mean, they put out a lot of EPs, like 4 songs.
Yeah, and you could tell they were finding their way. But when they hit Bluebell Knoll...
Well, and they played a lot of even more kind of ambient songs. They didn't have the traditional song structure
right.
that they kind of gravitated to later.
Yeah, and then this one came out, and it got all of us.
It blew up.
But here we go. This is the first song on side 2, Cico Buff. It goes just like this. On Htwow.
Why did it have to end?
I know, it's so good, right?
God.
It's just, would you be able to trust anyone ever if they said, I don't know, man, I'm just not into the Cocteau twins.
Like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it.
Like if someone says that they're not into the Smiths because they don't like Morrissey's voice.
Yeah, you can understand that.
I get it. Or there's plenty, or Robert Smith or whatever. But if you don't like the Cocteau twins, you're just kind of like an evil person.
Right. You just don't like pleasant, beautiful things that make you feel warm inside.
Yeah. It's okay to like throw blankets. They're so cozy.
How many times have you seen Cocteau twins?
I've only seen them once. I was supposed to see them on the Heaven or Las Vegas tour, and they played somewhere outside in Dallas.
Yeah, I went to that show.
Where was that?
I don't even remember because I've tried to figure it out and I don't know.
I heard it was just amazing.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
I saw the Four Calendar Cafe at the Bomb Factory. And you think that I went into it thinking you're going to miss because she sings over herself so much. You know, there's...
Right.
She's doing the background stuff and the, the main lead vocal, but even the lead vocal overlaps a lot with other things. And I was like, how is she going to do this? But you don't miss it. At least I didn't. I thought the Four Calendar Cafe thing was perfect. There's also like 9 guitar players up there. So it wasn't just Robin Guthrie. But yeah, I heard that one. It was like somewhere weird, like in an apartment complex, right? Like in a field.
Yeah, I can't even figure out where this place is. Okay, so Cocteau Twins only played in Dallas twice. They played the show that you're talking about, February 25th, 1994, at the Bomb Factory on the Four Calendar Cafe tour. And the Heaven or Las Vegas tour was March 15th, 1991.
Yeah.
I was at that show. It was at a place called Metroplex Arena.
It was inside?
Yeah, it was Metroplex Arena in Dallas. And I can't find where that was or what it was. But I'm pretty sure it was off 635 somewhere, maybe towards like Garland.
That's weird.
It was a really, really random venue.
That's funny. I thought it was outside. Something happened. There's a reason why I couldn't go to that show. But the next one, it was awesome. They had all these. It looked like ice sculpture things that would shoot up from the ground, but they also lit up like they were part of the lights. So it was all ice stuff. It looked awesome. It was really cool. I can't remember who opened up or anything. I'm sure I didn't care about them.
Yeah, if anyone knows where Metroplex Arena was, email us at htwowpod@gmail.com because I have no idea and Google is not helping.
But anyway, Elizabeth Fraser. If you're going to get kicked off with the Cocteau Twins, I would skip most of the, go back to the early records later, but start with Bluebell Knoll. I had it on cassette.
I think the other entry point, if you don't want to jump right in with Bluebell Knoll in 88, is the compilation, The Pink Opaque in 85.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
I can't remember which EPs that puts together, but okay, it's got stuff from Garland's, from Sunburst and Snowblind, from Akia Guinea, from Treasure, from Head Over Heels. I mean, it's got a good cross-section of stuff if you want to kind of like get a primer for their prime.
Yeah. During this whole time, Liz sang on a lot of records. It was very hard to choose, but I picked the ones that I thought you would like. And
Right.
there's one band I've never heard of, and it's kind of weird when I play it, where you're going to think it's weird you never heard of him.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, I mean, she was in high demand in the 80s because she was so unique.
Yeah. And then later, and people think she kind of fell off the face of the earth for a while, but, she sang on all the Lord of the Rings stuff and everything. She's been working the entire time.
Right. She's just kind of been out of the public eye.
Yes. And I'm not going to play her solo song, even though I should, because it sounds really good, but we're going to listen to that later. You're going to enjoy it. It's called At Last I'm Free, I think. But yeah, we'll get to all that stuff later. Let's do you want to touch on Fiona Apple's birthday?
Oh yeah,
real quick before we play the next jam.
Yeah, if everyone would like to raise a glass and toast to the first birthday of my daughter's sweet kitten. Fiona Apple is 1 year old. The cat that I trained to shit on the toilet is 1 year old.
She might be the most famous character from the pod.
She might be. Yeah, the Unticket was all over it. They reposted it.
It seems like everyone's more interested in your kitten than anything else that we do.
Well, the Unticket has reposted the story about Fiona shitting in the toilet, and they've also reposted the story of me farting on the lazy river. So,
okay, well, both great stories.
Yes, so anything scatological, the Unticket's all over it. But yes, she just had her first birthday.
Did y'all have a party?
Yes, we did. I mean, it was a minor party.
You did.
I mean, she got some new toys.
Did Dale come over?
No, Dale didn't come over, but my daughter was there. Fiona got some new toys, and
did you get a new monkey?
No, we haven't gotten a new monkey yet. But Marissa got some like chicken mousse. It's kind of like pate made of chicken.
So that's like...
it's like in a tube. It's like, like Go-Gurt or something, and you squeeze it into a dish.
It's like a cat birthday flan.
Yes, and so she got the chicken mousse, and then the two Palms got some... I can't even remember what it's called. The puppy dog ice cream.
Because you got to include them or they'll freak out.
Right, yeah, they'll get all jealous. But yeah, they got the puppy dog ice cream, whatever that's called.
That's nice. That sounds like a great family day.
Yeah, we had a nice little party. So yes, she is very mature for being 1 year old. She's already on diet food.
She's still doing okay with the toilet?
Yeah, she had one episode. I think it was related to the
flan?
No, it wasn't related to the chicken mousse. It was related to the housekeeper cleaning the house.
Ooh.
I know. I'm so fancy. I have somebody clean my house, but
look at you.
They come every other week, and so she has the powder room, as we've established, the half bath in the hallway. Mm-hmm. And so when the cleaning lady cleaned that bathroom, she left like the Lysol bowl cleaner.
Some bleach residue.
Yeah, like the blue liquid. So you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you look in the toilet and it's the blue liquid.
Yeah.
And so
that freaked her out.
Fiona didn't like the way that smelled, so she took a shit and pissed right next to the toilet.
Makes sense.
So
I get it. That's a strong smell.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a talking to with the cleaning staff.
Yeah,
if you're gonna clean that toilet, just flush it a couple times just to get rid of the cleaner smell, so that the cat will shit there. I mean, they already have to work around the city kitty thing, because I took that away and she had a relapse of shitting all over the house. So.
Maybe you should just hands off on that bathroom. Maybe that's your cleaning bathroom.
Maybe I should just take care of that one.
Maybe just
no.
All right. Wow.
I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna try and just communicate. I'm gonna try and communicate my needs to my staff.
Good.
And see what happens.
To your staff.
Yeah. Okay. So that
was Elizabeth Fraser. The beginning of
Happy
the Elizabeth
birthday, Fiona Apple. That was
Fraser
Elizabeth Fraser.
Review Fiona's birthday, and now let's get to some more hot indie rock that you brought.
Yeah. So I guess if I'm going to draw any kind of tenuous link between Elizabeth Fraser and what I'm about to play.
Oh, there's a really?
I mean, like I said, they're tenuous links. But the band that I'm about to play is also fronted by a female vocalist.
A girl.
And while they are not Scottish, they are Welsh.
You know, I'm half Welsh.
Are you? Mm-hmm. I'm part Welsh.
Guess what the other half is?
Country.
Well, then guess what the other half after that is?
Irish?
English. Yeah. So I'm those. Is that boring? Is that like
is that from your ancestry DNA?
No, I didn't do that.
23andMe?
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm Irish and English and Welsh and Portuguese.
Holy crap.
I know. I like to party.
You do like to party. You do seem, I don't get the Portuguese thing. Is that like a 5% Portuguese? Because someone walked in the room one time?
It's like 35-40%.
Really?
Yeah. It's on my dad's side.
Wow.
Birth dad. I'm adopted, by the way. I'm a dirty adopted child.
I know. I would say you are very English Irish.
Pasty.
But maybe your large skull comes from the Portuguese.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't know what their heads look like.
I don't know. I haven't gone on an anthropological visit to my homeland yet.
All I know is when we take a picture next to each other, I have to be way in front.
Right. Otherwise, the scale is way off.
Like I have a pea head.
So,
speaking of head, how you like this cowbell?
Yeah, let's get a refresher. Do we have time to slam another cowbell before your beer?
No.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll slam another beer.
Well, you know what? Let's split a cowbell. And then
a cowbell?
And then we'll go to...
go to your beer after your next tune. And I do have two stories, just to tease ahead. I have the story of my almost failed trip to Knoxville.
Oh, I can't... Yeah, I wanted to ask you why.
Well, I also have I don't know that there's too much to tell, but I did do a total fanboy and saw Johnny Marr 2 nights in a row.
Oh yeah.
So we can talk about that.
That's worth it.
But let's go ahead and get the next tune out of the way.
What's the name of this band?
This band is called the Joy Formidable.
Of course.
You know them?
You know, this is really funny. I saw them on the, when I lived in Boston for a while. Don't know if you know about that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick, I know that the Joy Formidable is playing in Boston that night, and I'm going to pick Pace up at our school, right? Mm-hmm. And I crossed the bridge, and the Joy Formidable guys and girl are on the Harvard Bridge. You know, that main one that goes into Harvard.
Right.
And they're taking pictures of each other on the bridge
just
over the thing.
For their Instagram.
And I kind of just shouted out the window, "Hey!" But that was it. But no one knew who they were, of course. But of course, I think that they sold out they were probably playing the Paradise that night.
So did they give you a head nod, or were they scared that someone was yelling at them?
I don't think anyone. When I yell "Hey," it's probably at a normal voice.
And they didn't hear you?
And no one heard me. But I was like, "Hey, that's the Joy Formidables right there on the bridge, and they're sightseeing." So I thought that was kind of cool. But I love this band. She's a great guitar player.
Yeah, she is tiny. She is a little pint-sized firecracker, but she can shred.
They're Scottish, aren't they?
No, they're Welsh.
Oh, that's right. They're Welsh.
Yeah,
you just said that.
I did. I just said that.
Drinking's fun.
Selective listening, as always, from Toby.
I don't care.
This is their 4th full-length record.
They're a three-piece. They get a whole lot of sound out of just three instruments.
They do. I think that they've been opening up for the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, they did a little stint with the Foo Fighters recently. They just released their fourth record. It came out at the end of September. It's called Arth.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of the way that they say Earth. I don't know. It's AAARTH.
Do you think it might be Welsh for hay? Because they heard me say it that day?
Maybe it's a shout out to Toby.
Yeah. Arth.
So, I think they recorded this all themselves. I think they kind of got disillusioned with the label thing. And this is their second album on the Caroline.
Oh, they're not on a, what do you mean? Disillusioned with the, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, they put out 2 records on Atlantic, and now they're on Caroline.
Huh. Okay.
And I guess Caroline is a subsidiary of Virgin Records, but it's kind of an indie UK label.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff happens. They sell the label to somebody, and all their A&R people are gone, and they need to move on to something else.
So it's kind of a deep cut. It's not one of the singles from the new record, but it's a song that I really, really dig. It's entitled "What For," and it has something a little bit in common with the Tokyo Police Club song that I played earlier, in that they totally break it down in the middle. I was not intending for them to be so similar in that sense, but
it's okay. I love their shoegazy breakdown.
Yes, but let's all listen to my favorite track off of the new album, Arth by Joy Formidable. Let's all listen to my
It's tough to say.
I know.
It's tough to say after Arth.
Let's all listen to my favorite song off of the Joy Formidable's new album, Arth, entitled What For? And let's all listen to Ritzy Bryan shred and melt our faces on Htwow.
I'm waiting, what for?
She can jam. You know, they didn't go for the get another guitar player thing. She covers everything.
Yeah, I've seen them, I think, once at like a festival of some kind. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she she'll loop parts and then play the leads over the top of it. I mean, she is amazing.
Yeah, she's really good. The whole band's good. They like to do the thing a lot where they throw the drummer on the side, Night Ranger style.
Because I think he sings like backup and stuff, right?
Yeah, and he kind of looks like what's that English comedian that went crazy? That was married to Katy Perry. He's annoying now, but at one, like, there was a brief 30 minutes he was funny.
Right. God, get him to the Greek. What was that?
Yeah, that dude. Anyway, doesn't matter. That guy. He kind of looks like him. Or is that the bass player?
Russell Brand.
Yeah. No, that's the drummer. The drummer's the one that looks kind of like...
The drummer looks like Russell Brand?
Yeah, he does, sort of.
By the way, you were half right, and I was totally wrong. Arth
means hey.
Does not refer to earth. It is a Welsh word, but it is not the Welsh word for hay.
It's hello.
No, it's the Welsh word for bear.
That's what I was saying when I yelled at them.
You're like, what's up, bear?
No, it was like mainly look out.
There's a bear.
I just said the word bear. But they didn't hear me.
It's too bad. So yes, everybody check out the new Joy Formidable.
And I wasn't in my car. I was sculling.
Sculling balls?
What do they call that when they're on there when
when
doing the boats?
When you're rowing?
Yeah, rowing. Is that sculling?
I don't know. So when you lived near Harvard, you joined a rowing team?
I joined the Harvard rowing team.
Oh.
And so I was really just going under the bridge, and I was like, bear! And they shouted back,
that's our next album.
Earth! And I was like, oh, you guys must be Welsh. But then I was already like way gone.
Right, because you guys are so fast.
Mm-hmm.
You were already 20 leagues down the channel. I don't know.
Is that boating?
I don't know. I'm just trying to participate.
On the Charles. We were rowing on the Charles River.
It's hot. All right, so you now are going to visit a portion of Elizabeth Fraser's career that I'm not familiar with and you didn't really even know about? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, people like her to sing backup on things because her voice sounds amazing. If you were in a band, wouldn't you want her to do the BGVs?
I thought I was in a band.
Will you want her to do the BGVs on your first single? Because
sure.
I would.
Yes, the band that you and Kevin Engel and I are starting, we will email tracks to Elizabeth Fraser and get her to sing backup.
Yeah, did you come up with a name yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh. Do you know she sang on a couple of Ian McCulloch songs?
Oh, yeah. Was that around the Candleland record?
Yeah, that's it. It's
Okay.
the song Candleland, I think. She's on that one and one other one, and it sounds awesome. I don't know what years. I think it was pretty early on. It was like into the
Candleland was around 90, 91 probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, but she was. I can't wait to find out if you know what this band is. Have you ever heard of a band called Moose?
No. I think you know what? Are they a shoegaze band?
Not well. I think that people put them in that category, but they only put out a couple of records.
Okay, I think I've seen their name, like in a list of, early '90s British shoegaze bands or just English bands that nobody knows about, but you should listen to.
All right. Well, I was gonna play the Echo and the Bunnymen Guides tune, but then I came across this, and I like it, and I think that this is right up Dave world. So this might be a new thing you get into.
Yeah, let's download it all.
She just sings backup on it. but it's nice, and you can tell when she comes in. But it's a song called Play God, and I'll explain more about Moose after we play God.
Okay.
Are you looking up Moose right now?
Yeah.
It is the name of the band, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Moose, Play God, Htwow, BGVs.
Wishing there's a window, I wish I had a view. I look across the rooftop and see what others do. When you and me, would you agree? Life is just a moment that lovers never see. Oh my friend, the journey's end with no more time or lives to spend. I ought to know, I can't let go to get alive, get alive. Find yourself an hour and spend it in the queue, but no one seems to notice just where it's leading to. I don't believe, I don't agree. It reminds me of a picture you never let me see. Oh my friend, journey's end with no more time or lives to spend. I ought to know, but can't let go to get alive, get alive. Play God, take me away, take me to the water, take me to the bay. Play God, take me away, get alive, get alive. I wish I was a soldier, make me volunteer for a castle in the desert. I'll clean the chandeliers. Oh, I don't believe, and I will not fall, and I promise to obey them, so invite me to the ball. Oh my friend, journey's end with no more time or lives to spend. I ought to know, but can't let go to get alive, get alive. Play God, take me away, take me to the water, take me to the bay. Play God, take me away, get alive, get alive. Play God, take me away, take me to the water, take me to the bay. Play God, take me away, get alive, get alive.
How does that one grab you?
Yeah, man, that's good.
It's good, right? I can't believe I've never heard of.
I mean, the band name is probably reason one that you never heard of them.
Yeah, but still, you would think. I mean, it's like The Laws meets Ocean Blue, or like
Right.
or like Haircut 100 combined with Ocean Blue.
Yeah, so they formed in London in '90, and they ended up putting out 4 records. And so that song, Play God with Elizabeth Fraser on background vocals, was off their 3rd record, which came out in '95, Live a Little, Love a Lot.
And so basically what Wiki is telling us is that they were critical darlings, but nobody bought their records. And then they kind of just went away.
Yeah, which is also weird. We never came across them in 95 anywhere over there. It seems like someone would have booked that gig.
Right, that was your prime when you were in tune with all of the tops of the pops in the UK at that time.
You would have thought at some point that might have blended well together, but it's good. I like it. I'm gonna go check out more Moose.
Yeah, I'm going to too.
But yeah, the next song I'll play has another new surprise for you. Because I know you've never heard it, and it's another thing that in this day and age, you think that there's no way anyone can do anything without you hearing about it.
Are you playing Massive Attack, or what are you playing?
No, I was going to do, a few, like it was hard to pick tracks off of Mezzanine.
Right.
But I'm not, no Massive Attack and no This Mortal Coil.
Wow.
Which probably she's, for her side things, were her biggest things.
Right.
But, Massive Attack, it's awesome. It's like, it's really great music in the background for an expensive clothing store.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you're in the store, you're like, this music's amazing. Like, this is great. But maybe not for the pod.
Yeah, and I hate to out myself, but as far as all of that kind of that trip hop period of Massive Attack and like Portishead and that stuff, I never got it. I never listened to it. Maybe I need to go back.
It's funny that you brought up Portishead. There's a video of Massive Attack, Portishead, and Elizabeth Fraser singing Black Milk at a festival. Really? Yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's real chilled out. Like, all the Massive Attack stuff is, it's not for this, but it's stuff that people should go listen to.
By the way,
not for this.
Are you of the belief that Banksy is the dude from Massive Attack?
I don't think so.
No?
If he is, that guy's got a lot of time on his hands. Right?
I guess. I don't know. It's crazy that in this day and age that somebody can maintain a secret identity like that.
But I know. It's also funny that that came out that he is the guy from Massive Attack, and Banksy never denied it. He's like, could be.
Could be. I don't know.
Be real cool if I was in Massive Attack. I don't think he is. Did you see the new one of his thing that was shredded once it got sold?
Oh, the one that the video he posted from years ago of him installing the shredder?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw a video of him installing the shredder into the frame.
Was it the guy from Massive Attack?
No, he was wearing like a hoodie. He was in disguise.
Was he wearing like the dead mouse thing?
No, he wasn't wearing giant mouse ears with a digital mouth. All right, we're switching beers. We have finished 1.5 more cowbells apiece, and we're feeling it pretty hard.
I gotta tell you, that's one of the strongest beers I've ever. It's more than 9.
You think so? They're lying?
Man, it seems like the equivalent of like 2 tequila shots. It's crazy.
So now we are on to Toby's beer, and Toby fell for some marketing at the liquor store.
Well, I always do. I like the gimmicks. Like last when Taylor was here, we bought. I think he didn't want to buy Tito's, but I talked him into.
For some reason, he hates Tito.
I talked him into it and I'll show you the sweater later. But it had a sweater on it, a Tito sweater.
The bottle had a sweater on it?
Yeah, it looks like a sweater for like a
Maybe one of the palms could fit in it.
No, still too tiny.
Too small?
It would fit like a well, you know what? It could fit them if they're
shaved.
Yeah. It's about that size. but they would hate it.
Yeah, they would definitely hate it.
But it's a really cool looking sweater. And I was like, hey, if you would spend $20 on that bottle of vodka, this one's got a sweater. Right?
Yeah.
So this Pilsner, how do you say it?
Pilsner Urquell.
Urquell, which we've all had.
It's a classic.
Anybody, this is not, I know that on the show we like to do local things a lot.
But local things don't have kick-ass packaging like this.
Yeah, it had its own lunchbox.
Yeah, I pulled up in the driveway right as Toby's unloading his car from his trip to the liquor store, and he's like, "Look at my beer!
Yeah.
It's in a lunchbox!"
It's in a lunchbox. And so, of course, I'm going for that. It was no question. And it tastes pretty good. For some reason, going from the more Cowbell to this tastes like it has a tortilla chip flavor.
I know. I was gonna say this tastes like Bugles to me.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. I guess it's the maltiness, maybe.
I mean, it even smells like tortilla chips. It's like, it's got to be because we just changed from the other. Either way,
I almost bought Bugles at the convenience store today.
Wow.
Did you used to put them on your fingers?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Like they look like witch nails.
I see what you're doing because it's the Halloween episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I'm really having to acclimate to this weird tortilla chip taste.
It is more refreshing. There's no doubt about it. The other one was.
Is it?
It is. The other one was hanging on me.
It's kind of making me gag a little bit. I wish we had put these in the freezer.
I know. What's the thing on this? Can you see it?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, the alcohol on this is just 4.4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fell for the lunchbox. If you were gonna guess, and we, it's in the picture for the show, so you'll see how awesome this looks. It came in a black version, a white version, a green version, and a red version. I'm guessing it's more of a Christmas thing.
I guess maybe it's in stores early for the holidays.
Either way, I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah. So
how much do you think? How many beers were in there? 6?
There were 4 pints.
No, there were more than 4, weren't there?
No, there were 4 pints.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. How much?
4 pints and a lunchbox.
With the lunchbox and the 4 pints, what do you think that costs?
$17.99.
$10.
What?
It costs $10.
The lunchbox pays for itself.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want to go get one?
Yes.
Before you leave town
yes, tomorrow we're gonna go get one.
Because it didn't have the price on the thing.
So you were expecting sticker shock when you took it up there.
I was
You're committed, but you were like, whatever it costs, I don't care.
I don't have to go to another store. Let's face it, I've gone out of all the craft weird beers from HEB. Right?
Right.
Came across the lunchbox, was thinking, well, they're going to get me anything higher than 25. I'm going to feel like this was a mistake.
$10.
He rung it up, $10. And I looked at him and was like,
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Did you see that? I mean, he was amazed, the guy, when he put it. He was like, $10. And I was like, yeah. And there's beers in there.
Yeah. I mean, I would think a 4-pack of pints of Pilsner Urquell, you would expect to pay $9.99, $8.99. But yes, $10, you win. You win. What are you going to use the lunchbox for?
Like studio little, batteries, strings, clippers.
A catch-all.
Things like that. A lot of hair brushes, a lot of hair materials.
Yes.
A lot of makeup.
So it's going to be your new makeup bag.
Or do you think that I can let Pace use it and she can go into the lunchroom as a 7-year-old with the Pilsner?
You cannot send your daughter to elementary school with a Pilsner Urquell lunchbox.
Why not? Do you think that would be a problem?
I think someone would judge her and you would probably have CPS called.
I'd get a phone call?
You would get a phone call.
All right.
Because they don't let you remember, like when we were kids You could wear like Spuds McKenzie t-shirts to elementary school.
I had Corona shorts.
Right. And then at some point they were like, okay, no more brand gear, no more alcohol brands in schools.
It's stupid.
I don't care if it's a cute dog. It's advertising beer, so you can't wear it. So she cannot have the Pilsner Urquell lunchbox. I'm sorry.
It's a shame because it's a cool looking lunchbox.
It's really, really quality.
Do you want to know what the only downside?
Tell me.
If you were going to guess what the downside of the lunchbox when I opened it.
The stench?
There's no thermos.
Well, there's beer in it. There's no room for a thermos.
I wanted a Pilsner thermos.
That would be cool.
Right?
Yeah. To road trip, keep your beer cold.
Right. A little roadie.
Yeah.
But they could have easily jumped that up $6-7 because of the thermos.
I think they'll be lucky to sell what they have, even though it's $10.
It's $10. You're going to get one.
I'm going to get one, but I'm one person. I don't think there's a huge market for Pilsner Urquell or Pilsner Urquell lunchboxes.
But could you imagine a nice Pilsner Urquell with a bag of bugles?
I know. I want to dip my bugles in this Pilsner Urquell.
In the Pilsner. I'll tell Joe to... Maybe I should text her to
right,
pick some up
yes.
on the way home.
Why do you guys need bugles? All right. Before I get to my next tune, I wanted to talk to you quickly about the Johnny Marr thing. Now, you flaked out.
Do you
want
to do Johnny Marr or Knoxville?
No, I want to do Johnny Marr because I want to spend a little bit more time on Knoxville. We can talk about that after the song.
Okay, I flaked out on you on this because it was just too many things back to back. But of course, the Johnny Marr stuff has been always surprisingly. The records are great.
I know. The new record is so good. Call the Comet is so good. We played it, I believe, back in June. In the June podcast, we played a song, Hi Hello, one of the singles from the new record.
I don't know how you remember that.
And so I went with my girlfriend and our buddies Dale and Craig, and we went and saw Johnny Marr.
And Taylor.
And Taylor, yes. And Taylor and Katie.
Katie went too?
Yeah, Katie went too.
Couldn't believe how good it was.
Yes.
And he
had never seen him. He was very trepidatious, and yes, you're right. He could not believe how good it was. We saw him at Granada, and amazing show. I mean,
sold out?
Close to it, not quite.
Okay.
But tremendous show, and I think we got an extra encore because I think the crowd was so into it that they were like, well, let's just play one more. But it was a great set list. You know, we got about 4 or 5 Smith songs.
Okay, was the encores, is that Smith stuff?
We got an electronic song.
Oh, I did see that. You posted that.
Yes. Hold on a second. In Dallas, we got Big Mouth Strikes Again. Headmaster Ritual.
Might be top 3 for me.
Last Night I Dreamt Somebody Loved Me.
So good.
How Soon Is Now.
Perfect.
There Is a Light That Never Goes Out. And You Just Haven't Earned It Yet, Baby.
Boy, he really.
Yes. And we also got Getting Away With It and Get the Message.
Very cool. I saw the one you put up in Austin when they played the electronic song.
Yes.
And people were like, holy crap, he's really doing this.
Yeah. And so it was kind of spur of the moment. I had toyed with the idea for months, but I didn't have anything going on the next day, and I decided, I told my girlfriend, I'm sorry, I'm going to abandon you for the night. I'm going to drive down to Austin. I'm going to see Johnny Marr again.
She was fine.
Yeah, she really didn't care. She was probably glad that I was gone.
Yeah.
But I did hook up with our friend Kevin Engel.
Yeah.
Death Ray Davies.
So good.
Crash Vinyl. Sparkle Pussy Barbie.
Everything he's done, all genius.
And so he and I met, and It was a place that was just off Red River. It's called Empire Control Room. And it used to be like a garage, like a auto mechanics place. Mm-hmm. It's a relatively new venue. It's kind of like an indoor-outdoor thing. It's kind of
really looked like the inside of what's the venue that was off of Red River forever?
Stubbs, you're talking about?
No, the other one, the kind of more
Mohawk?
Nope, the older one that was more kind of punky. Emos.
Yeah, Emos is closed.
It looked like that on the inside.
Yeah, it's very much like Emos, where it's just kind of a shed and kind of like an open courtyard, and then there's like a little bit of a bar inside, I guess.
Right.
But the band plays outside. And it was so much fun. It was such a different environment than the Granada show. Because the Granada, it sounds great. It's an old theater.
Yeah, theater.
It's air conditioned.
This was more clubby.
Yeah, this was definitely more clubby and definitely a kind of a more immediate environment. Mm-hmm. I mean, not that everybody wasn't into it at Granada, but just everyone was packed so tight in this place.
Yeah,
there was a lot more energy.
The videos that you posted, you could feel the difference.
Yes, yeah, it was so much fun, and the set list was pretty similar. There was, just maybe like one or two differences. So pretty much the same as far as electronic and Smith selections. But still, I mean, I was so glad that I went. Kevin doesn't like crowds, so he fell back. I didn't squeeze all the way up, but I was probably about halfway or like a third of the way up.
How did he do with singing the electronic stuff?
Did fine.
Okay.
I mean, Johnny as a front man and as a singer is light years from where he used to be when the Healers record came out.
Right.
He really is comfortable, and he really just he owns it. And man, I mean, just his rock star moves and his guitar tone and the way they do the mix and how everything he does is so out front.
Yeah.
It's like, you're used to going to shows and it's kind of a wall of sound and you're trying to pick out parts. When you go see Johnny Marr, you hear everything he does. Every note is crystal clear and it's amazing.
Yeah. Do you follow? You obviously follow him.
Yeah, on the Instagram.
So do you see all those sound check things that he puts up?
I haven't watched a whole ton of those videos now.
He'll just he'll sit on his amp with his Jaguar or Jazzmaster or whatever he's playing, and we'll play an old Smith song, and the place is it's sound check, but no one else is playing anything, or everyone gets real quiet, and he just sits there and plays.
Right, he just
Smith
plays
song,
some hot licks,
and it's intense. It's crazy how good he is.
It's just cemented my love for him. I mean, he is, because Morrissey is such an insane person right now, that Johnny Marr has so far exceeded my love for Morrissey.
Did you?
I will go see Johnny Marr anywhere, anytime.
Did you make out with him a little bit?
I wish I had. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to talk about the Dallas show. Afterwards, bought like whatever. I think I bought a copy of the new record on vinyl because I didn't have it yet.
Sweet.
I thought, well, maybe I'll go back and get it signed. Just if it was like painless. If we walked back there and he's already out there, whatever.
He's like, do you want to make out a little bit?
Yeah. Do you want to show how much you love me? And I would say, yes, absolutely.
Sorta.
Tell me what to do.
But yes, go ahead.
So we go back there behind the Granada, and his bus is parked back there, and there's
Did you make Marissa go first? She should go first.
No, we didn't even get that far because we go back there and there's probably I don't know, anywhere between 30 and 50 people just kind of milling about, waiting for his appearance. waiting outside the door of the bus to see if he'll come out and sign stuff and do, kind of a meet and greet, whatever. And, we waited around for like 5 minutes. And I was like, let's just go. I'm glad we did, because while he was sitting there on his bus, he recorded a podcast with a couple of local Dallas dudes called Noisy Neighbors.
Yeah.
It's an American dude and an English dude, and they do a Man City podcast. They break down the Man City game every week.
Yeah, I think Tim knows these guys.
Okay, Tim Locke does?
I think he does.
Okay. And so it's Johnny Marr. I mean, Johnny Marr is a dyed-in-the-wool, lifelong Man City fan, and it's his favorite Man City podcast. He listens to every episode religiously, and he was like starstruck by these two dudes. And they're like, this is ridiculous. We're on your tour bus recording this episode, and you're the one who's nervous.
It's so good. Yeah, I saw him in the shirt afterwards. They got him whatever the
Noisy Neighbors podcast shirt.
Yeah, he took a pic with it.
Yeah.
Golly. Why didn't he? Did you
come on our podcast?
Did you ask him?
No, I didn't. I never saw him.
I mean, he obviously listens to it.
Yeah, I mean, if he had the option to choose our podcast over that podcast, he probably would have.
Easily.
Because
he doesn't get enough music in his life.
But you blew it off. You weren't there, so it's probably your fault.
I had things.
Stuff and things. All right, so that's the Johnny Marr story I wanted to tell you.
That was great that you actually went to 2 shows. I really thought you were going to bail on this segment.
I know. I thought I was going to, but then I was just like...
Didn't you ditch something to do it? Did you give away Phoenix? No, you went to Phoenix.
No. I sold my Arctic Monkeys tickets
what it was.
to go to the Granada show, because I got Arctic Monkeys tickets and Johnny Marr tickets without realizing they were on the same night. But I was able to sell them for, at least face value. So I didn't like get screwed. But,
yeah, that's good.
I love the new Arctic Monkeys record. We played the Arctic Monkeys in May. If you want to go back to the May Htwow podcast.
How do you remember that?
God,
Is it sitting right in front of you?
No, I just remember weird things. I can't remember what happened yesterday, but I can remember what we played on the May podcast.
That's crazy.
But I love the new Arctic Monkeys, but given the choice, I'm always going to choose Johnny Marr.
Yeah.
Always. All right, let's get to my next song. We have 2 songs left. My song and then your final Liz Fraser song. And as I said at the outset, I am doing indie rock songs that are increasingly guitar heavy, increasingly just aggressive in your face.
In your face.
In your face.
What's the name of... Who is this and what do you have?
I have a band from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Wow, we're really... Okay.
And it's a band called We Were Promised Jetpacks. Do you know them?
Yeah, I saw a lot of posts about this the other day. Is this a new thing that has come out?
Yeah,
they were just at Dada or something.
Were they?
Yeah.
So they go, much like High Tea with Old Waver goes by Htwow, they go by WWPJ.
Yeah, ours is better.
Yeah, so they were, We Were Promised Jetpacks. They just put out their 4th full-length record. Their first one came out in 2009. The new one just came out on the 14th of September. It's called The More I Sleep, The Less I Dream. And this song is a really, really hot number. It is entitled Repeating Patterns on Htwow. Does that make you want to punch me in the face?
It's good. The problem with that band is you think with a name like that, they're going to be like Weezer.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a whimsical goofball name.
Yeah, they're going to be one of those bands. But that's a little heavier than I thought it was going to be. But it's also pleasant on the ears. There was a couple of breaks in the middle that they could have gone heavier, but they went with the clean sound.
Right, yeah. And the record, front to cover, is really quite good. And there was another song that I was almost going to play, which is entitled Someone Else's Problem, which reminds me of myself. And it's just a really, really good record. And they're kind of in that Scottish, Irish clique. They're friends with the Twilight Sad, who we played last month.
Right. I was thinking that could have gone together pretty well.
Yeah, they're friends with Frightened Rabbit, who I don't know if you saw, but the singer for Frightened Rabbit committed suicide recently. No.
Man,
another Scottish band.
They all really need to work on the names.
I know. Well, and the main dude, Adam Thompson, the front man, says that, and I guess this is the case for Frightened Rabbit and the Twilight Sad, that Scotland itself, where they're from, is a big influence on their music, because he says it's rainy and miserable and there are lots of angry people.
It's true.
And that's a big part of why our music sounds the way it does.
It makes sense. I mean, it is rainy and miserable, but also awesome.
Yeah, Scotland is awesome and Edinburgh is awesome. I want my jetpack.
Yeah, we were promised lots of things. What'd be nice?
What?
Is if you would tell me about why and how the trip went to Knoxville.
Do you want to do it before your song or after your song?
Well, we might as well do it before. I think I like how we after the next song I'm gonna play is like 6 minutes. In fact, I might even fade it out.
No, don't do that.
But it's so after the next song is played, we should talk about it for a second, but then wrap it up because it's a journey.
All right. So the other story I wanted to tell you is I just went to a football trip, a college football trip.
Well, y'all take college football trips because of the love for Alabama.
Yes. So my girlfriend went to Alabama. And so I am just a bandwagoner. I glom on and go wherever she wants to go.
We went to the Alabama A&M game.
Yes, so this was my third Alabama game. My first Alabama game was the national championship game 2 years ago in Tampa, which they lost to Clemson. And so I was almost banished from all Alabama games from that point forward because, I mean, it could have been my fault that they lost.
It wasn't. They've won everything since.
Yes. So yes, last year you and myself and Marissa went to see Alabama play at A&M.
But you didn't go to, you haven't been to Tuscaloosa.
No, I've not been to Tuscaloosa yet, but this past weekend, and I guess this will give a clue as to when we record this, but this past weekend, we went to Knoxville to see Alabama play Tennessee.
The pictures looked great. I didn't understand the. So y'all are on a river. What was the boat about?
Okay, so
because I like to party with boats.
Right. Yeah, we did go boat to boat.
You tied a boat to another boat?
We did go boat to boat. Okay, so but first, let me tell you about the total clusterfuck in trying to get there.
Okay.
There's only... So Knoxville is a regional airport. Such a tiny podunk regional airport that even Southwest doesn't go there because Southwest planes are too big. that airport
It's basically there just for football games.
It only supports commuter jets, so we had to fly American Eagle.
Okay, you didn't get a private?
No, we didn't charter a plane. And so we had to, there are like 4 nonstops a day. I mean, you can get there if you're willing to take 1 or 2 stops, but we wanted to try and fly nonstop.
Okay.
And so, and I bought tickets on miles, so I ended up.
And you did this because you wanted to see a game at the Tennessee.
Yeah, we were looking at the schedule, and we just decided that this was a good game for us to go to.
Sure.
And her college roommate was going to meet us with her boyfriend, and we're going to have a good time.
I've always wanted to see that stadium.
Yeah, so I bought it on miles, so I had like the first flight of the day, which was like 9:05 or something. Mm-hmm. And so, but we're on time. We packed the night before, and we are all ready to go. We have the Lyft or the Uber, and we are on our way to the airport with loads of time to spare. Perfect. So much time to spare, and we're TSA pre-check.
Couldn't be any better.
We're golden, and we are more than halfway there.
The airport?
To the airport.
Okay.
We're sitting in the back of the Lyft. We're more than halfway there, and my girlfriend turns to me and says, "Do you have the tickets?"
See, now I do this bit, but as a joke. The ticket bit.
No, it was...
In fact, I do it a lot of times to people that I've done it too many times to make the bit funnier.
No, this was not a bit.
Knowing that we have the tickets.
No, this was not a bit. Because she had gotten the tickets FedEx to her from, she has a contact in the athletic department. Mm-hmm. And so we bought tickets through them. So we were in the, the official
Alabama
visitor section.
Sure.
And so she had gotten these tickets FedExed or UPS'd or whatever to our house like 3 months ago. And
there was no discussion before.
And I grabbed them and I said, "Let me put these in a safe place."
Oh, man.
And then I totally forgot them. And so we have that moment of, what do we do?
How do you tell the Lyft driver? Because it screws their whole thing up.
I know. Well, so we weren't sure, like, could we have, because we have, friends that are going to come and check in on the animals and feed the animals. Like, could we have them, like, FedEx, like, overnight the tickets to us where we are? But that's just, that's we're already asking so much of them. It's just, that's stupid. And so we said to the Lyft driver, "Can you please double back? We forgot the tickets, the football tickets." And I verified. I was like, so the app will track the mileage. Like, you'll still get paid for the extra time.
Or can you just cancel that trip, order the next one, and he picks it up?
No, he said that it automatically adjusts for miles. So even though you have the quote when you accept the ride, that if you go some crazy way, if you
want to stop at Whataburger,
if you make them take a detour,
okay,
that they still get paid.
Okay, well, that's all right.
So we go back. I sprint into the house. I find the tickets, run back, and I'm thinking, there's no way. We've burned up all of our extra time. There's no way we're gonna make it. We get to the airport, and we're in one of the like the rinky-dink, because we're on an American Eagle flight, we're in one of the rinky-dink DFW terminals where they only have like 2 security checkpoints for the entire terminal, and we're trying to find it, and we go the wrong way. And then we finally figure out where it is. We go through TSA pre-check, and there was a nice couple there, like, they heard us talking. They're like, "Oh, you guys are about to miss your flight. Go ahead of us."
That's nice.
And so we go ahead of them, and we put our bags through the machine there, TSA pre-check, and they screen one of my girlfriend's bags.
Oh, God.
And I talked to the operator. I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "We're about to miss our flight. There is no way there's anything in her bag." And he says, "There's a knife in her bag."
Holy crap.
And I was like, okay, whatever. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, "I'm going to run to the gate and see if I can have them hold the door. And you figure this out." So I run to the gate. The door is already closed. We missed our flight.
Crap.
Then she finally shows up a couple minutes later, and she had forgotten that she, in the very bottom of this bag, had like a corkscrew with one of those tiny little knives to cut the top of the wine bottle.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we finally get to the gate, and we're like, well, is there any room on the next flight? And they said, "Well, you can fly standby. It's full, but you can fly standby, but it's a very full flight because there was another flight that was canceled." And so everybody's trying to get squeezed onto this flight and the next flight.
Sure.
And so we're like, okay, we'll put us on standby. Where are we in line?
So at no point here you're thinking, let's just rent a car and make this happen.
No, because it's like a 12-hour drive. We're not going to drive to Knoxville.
You can make it happen.
And so we said, where are we on the standby list? You're number 1 and 2.
Money.
Golden. So we have to get on the tram and go switch terminals. Mm-hmm. And we get to the gate, check in at the gate. Then we go grab some coffee, come back to the gate, wait for them to start boarding so we can get our seat assignments. Because they're like, you will be on the flight. You just need to wait for your seat assignments because, it's going to be last second. It's a very full flight.
So you already know that you're getting on it.
Yeah.
Though.
So then finally they have boarded all of like the initial groups, and they're ready to assign our seats, and they call us up and they said, "Well, there's an issue."
Oh God.
I said, there are 2 seats on the plane, but one of them is broken.
Oh.
So they said, I said, "Broken? What are you talking about?" And they said, "Well, it's stuck in the reclined position."
Which means if it wrecks.
And it's against FAA regulations.
Yeah, because that will save your life.
Yes.
Because you're upright.
Yeah, because I was asking, I was like, if it's a comfort thing, I don't care. I don't care if it's a broken seat and I will have back pain. I just want to get there. They're like, "No, it's a FAA regulation thing. You can't sit in this seat." So I put my girlfriend on the plane because I'm like, I'm going to be standby on the next flight. There's no way that both of us are going to get on the next flight. So you just need to get there, and then I will try and get on the next flight. So I had like 5 hours to kill.
Did you get tanked?
Yes. So she gets there, and then she has a hard time getting into the place that we were staying. She finally gets in, and so I am just getting tanked there at the terminal. And I start tweeting.
What are you drinking?
Well, I was drinking Bloody Marys at one bar, and then I decided that I wanted to switch to, there was like a Cantina Laredo, and I was going to go have some margaritas before my flight.
You went Bloody Marys to
Bloody Marys to margaritas. And so I'm tweeting about my predicament, and I'm tweeting that I'm bored. And
I saw all of this. Like, you were mentioning American Airlines, I think, on the thing.
And they DM'd me, and they asked me the situation. I still have yet to go on to my Advantage account. They said they posted some miles to my account as like an apology.
That's nice.
So I don't know if they posted like 10,000 miles or 100,000 miles. I don't know. But I was just texting, or I was tweeting, and I was bored, and I was doing like an Ask Me Anything stupid thing.
Right.
And this guy, this P1, tweeted me, and he said, like, I said, I'm in your same terminal. I'm at Cantina Laredo. And so I went and met him, and we shared a couple of margaritas together. Super cool guy.
Did y'all make out a little bit?
No, we didn't make out a little bit, but he was in a similar situation where he had a flight canceled, and he was trying to get from, I guess, Baton Rouge to Houston. He was on a beaten down work trip. And so, anyway, so I left, and it was time for me to go check into my flight. And, I'm still not sure that I'm going to make it. And so there's 3 3 gate agents. There's a dude who's working the keyboard and 2 women who are kind of like looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, because it's like anytime any of that changes, it's like buying a house.
Right. And so, yeah, he's clicking on all these different screens and typing and typing and typing. And I'm like,
let me see what I can do about that.
I'm like, am I going to make this? And then finally he's like, okay, you're good. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, no, yeah, get on the plane. And so I tried to give him a high five, and he wouldn't high five me, but the 2 ladies did.
Oh, they fived you.
Yeah.
He's just not a high fiver.
No,
it's okay.
he's not a high fiver. So then I get on the plane, and then as soon as I sit down, I have this moment of panic. What did I do with my bag?
Holy crap, Dave.
I thought I was so drunk on Bloody Marys and margaritas that I thought I left my bag in the terminal. Turns out I checked it like with the gate agent, and it was valeted, and it was there when I got off the plane. But I had just this total blackout moment where I thought that I had gotten on the plane without my luggage.
You panicked all the way to Knoxville.
I did. I panicked all the way to Knoxville. But then I finally get there and meet up with her, and it ended up being a great trip once we recovered from the terrible travel.
Well, you know, the 2 of you are not great with air travel.
No, well, it's mostly my fault because I do all the planning, and I do, I'm very fastidious about finding, the best place to stay, finding the right airfare, doing, whatever multiple city itinerary, whatever it is. I'm great at booking travel. Mm-hmm. I'm horrible at executing travel. Do you want me to just get into the rest of the Knoxville thing now or after?
Yeah, let's do it after. Let's play this next song.
Okay, let's play this song.
It's like a whole thing, and I want to see. Okay, so I'm looking up all the Elizabeth Fraser stuff.
Right.
I didn't realize she did, there's the Echo and the Bunnymen stuff, and then a bunch of other things. Of course, Massive Attack, Mortal Coil. There's tons of crap she's done. Did you know she did some stuff with Peter Gabriel?
You know what? Just because I was looking up the wiki, I did see that, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and I think this is around 2000 or something like that. Obviously, I could be way off.
Yeah, it is. It's 2000.
Okay, that's what I thought it said earlier. But he did a thing called something called OVO at the Millennium Dome, or like there's something that they asked him to do, like a musical, or it was a play, but it wasn't his musical, but they made him do all the music for it or something. But this is a Peter Gabriel jam that he got Elizabeth to sing on. So of course I'm going to listen to this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking this is Peter Gabriel and Elizabeth Fraser. But I want you to listen to this and see what you think about this in the middle when it switches singers.
Okay.
To see if you notice what happens here.
All right, what's the name of this one?
This is called Downside Up.
On Htwow.
On Htwow.
I looked up at the tallest building, felt it falling down. I could feel my balance shifting. Yeah, everything was moving around. These streets so fixed and solid. And everything that I relied on disappeared.
Downside up, upside down. Take my weight from the ground. look like family. All the family looks so strange. The only constant I am sure of is this accelerating rate of change. Downside up, upside down. Take my weight off the ground. Falling deep in the sky, slipping in the unknown.
Stand here, watch you spin until I'm drowning.
The centripetal force
You
pull me in.
pull me in, pull me in,
Pull me in. Pull me in. Downside up, upside down. Take my weight off the ground. Falling deep in the sky.
slipping into you.
It's intense, right?
Yeah, it's good. Very cinematic. And I imagine, like you said, whatever performance it was very multimedia.
Yeah. It's supposed to tell this whole story of something, you know.
It's like The Lion King.
Right. It's very Peter Gabriel. And it's also easily the best sounding thing that we've
Right.
heard this entire. It's crazy how awesome it sounds. But
So who's the other vocalist? Because I perked up immediately, and then you were like, "You just wait," and I couldn't place it.
So the dude, when I'm listening to this, I'm like, all right, I gotta hear him sing with Elizabeth Fraser. That's got to be pretty cool, right? Peter Gabriel. So I'm listening to this before I see a video, anything else, and I'm like, why is he doing the Blue Nile guy thing? Like, he is singing just like the Blue Nile guy. And then it keeps going, and I'm like, wait, this is too much. Like, he's doing this on purpose. And then I look up a video of them doing it on Jules Holland or something, and they're all out there, like Elizabeth Fraser, everyone. And it's Paul, I think his name's Paul Buchanan from the Blue Nile. It's him.
Huh.
Like, Peter Gabriel doesn't sing on it till that break, and he does the whistle thing at the start. Of course he does, but he's standing there by.
You can recognize Peter Gabriel as soon as he comes in, but he's only singing kind of the wails in the background.
Yeah, and I think that the whole record is just him bringing other people in. I mean, the Blue Nile guy and Elizabeth Fraser on a tune, and I've never heard about it. That's slightly weird. He's one of my favorite singers, and she is, and they're both on a Peter Gabriel.
I know. I know the affinity you have for Peter Gabriel and Elizabeth Fraser, but I didn't know about the Blue Nile thing.
It's. I thought that we've done a Blue Nile.
No,
thing. We've never done.
No.
I think that was on my list for the very first show we did. We're definitely going to do a Blue Nile thing. He's amazing. But his whole singing style, I can see why Peter Gabriel went, you know what would be great with Elizabeth Fraser is the only chilled out dude that can match her. Because he is velvet weird guy.
Right.
Did you ever have any of those Blue Nile records?
No. That was good.
We're going to listen to them later on.
Okay, if I don't pass out.
Yeah, but we've gotten through the Pilsner.
I've still got like maybe a third of my tortilla beer.
Yeah, it's
tough. It's tough drinking.
It's a weird taste. It's I don't know if it would have been different if we started with it.
I think if it was colder and if it was the first thing that you drank all day,
right, then
maybe it wouldn't taste as weird, but it just tastes weird.
It's got such a strange flavor to it, and it's not like it's even bad. It's
like somebody spit a mouthful of chewed up Tostitos in the bottom of your glass.
Which I love Tostitos. Yeah, but still, I got it for the lunchbox.
Yeah, and you win. It doesn't matter.
What did you think?
No one cares about the pod.
I know, who cares? What did you think about the Elizabeth Fraser review? Were those two of the weirdest tunes you thought I was gonna?
I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna play a Cocteau Twins, but the next two were so out of left field. I enjoyed them both.
Moose and Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe you would play like The Moon and the Melodies and Massive Attack. I thought that's what would happen.
You know, here's another thing about Moose. Do you want me to?
Sure.
Go one more thing. You know, Simon Raymond.
Yes, the bass player for Cocteau Twins.
Bass player for Cocteau Twins owns Bella Union.
Right.
He was in a band with one of the people from Lush.
Right, okay.
And two of the people from Moose called the Lilies. You ever heard of that?
Maybe.
And that was right around the same, I guess that would have been late 90s, maybe.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, let me just touch on the end of the Knoxville thing before we bust out of here.
Okay, so you're in Knoxville. You're at we were talking about the boat to boat.
Yeah, so okay. So we're there for the express purpose of going to the Alabama-Tennessee game. And it has always been Marissa's dream to party with the volunteer Navy. You know, so they're and
do they call them that just because they're on the river and they?
Yeah, so it's the volunteers, Tennessee Volunteers, and the volunteer Navy are all of the dudes who bring their boats to the game.
Just the tailgate boat guys.
Yeah, there's a pier that is probably I don't know, a half mile from Neyland Stadium, and it's full up with boats. People that bring their boats down the river whatever river that is in Knoxville. I don't even know. They bring their boats down the river and they tie up and they boat to boat for days. I mean, it's much like, at A&M where people bring in their RVs a couple days before.
They just bring in their boats.
Except they're bringing in their boats.
Is this what Waco was trying to copy?
Yes.
Okay.
And so Marissa gets in contact. She, puts out some feelers, and she gets in contact with this guy who is, I guess, always doing he has a houseboat, and he always takes it to Alabama games. Whenever Alabama is playing anywhere on a waterway, I don't know, somehow he gets his boat there.
He's the Alabama boat guy.
Yeah, he's the Alabama boat guy.
Okay.
And to the point where, like, I was talking to him when we got on the boat, and he was saying that they did a segment on, like, the SEC Network pregame show, like, from his boat. So it's like he's like totally into it.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for decades, right?
I bet he had one of those shirts with the flaps in the back.
He didn't, but one of his buddies did.
I know it.
And so, yes, so we get invited to this boat, and it's basically a tailgate on the water. And we go and we hang out there before the game, and then we go to the game, and random tailgate in like a parking garage, and then the game. It's all a blur.
So the river is obviously close to the stadium.
Yeah, it's like a half mile from the stadium.
Okay, but it doesn't like bounce right up next
No, it's not like right next to it.
Okay.
It's not like AT&T Park, like where the Giants play in San Francisco. It's not like there's like boats parked right outside the stadium.
Okay.
It's a little bit down the, there's like a boulevard that goes along the river. Mm-hmm. And so there's like a barbecue place called Calhoun's, and then there's the pier, and then there's the stadium. So you just kind of walk along this river walk.
Did you get you some barbecue?
We did. We got some barbecue.
Nice.
So we go to the game, and Alabama, of course, takes care of business. It was 58-21 final.
There's no point to even watch it.
Yeah, but it was fun. And, great atmosphere there at Neyland Stadium. And, much like seeing Alabama at A&M, even though the student body and the fans know there's like next to no chance that they're actually going to win, they're so fired up. And when they're within like 10 points, they're going nuts, right?
It's a game until 10 minutes later.
Right. It's a game until it's not a game. Mm-hmm. And so...
and then they're not really feeling... You're prepared for it because it's Alabama. So it's not like... there's pressure, but it's over.
Right. I mean, you hope you can pull the upset and you can have a miracle, but then when the inevitable happens, you accept it.
Yeah. The LSU-Alabama game coming up is the
That'll
one.
be big.
That's
That'll be
the
big.
tense one. Other than that, all year, it's kind of whatever.
Right. So after the game, we left a little bit early, and we go back down to Calhoun's. We have some wings or whatever at Calhoun's. Then we go back to the boat.
Oh, it's an after-party boat.
It's an after-party, too.
Jeez.
And so... it's kind of a low-key after-party, even though Alabama won. There's not a whole ton of people there, but they randomly have a band playing on the top deck of this houseboat.
What are they playing? Like funk music or like pop
dude?
Jam?
They were really good. I was so impressed. Like I wasn't even paying attention, and then they played like a Wilco song off of like Wilco's first record, and I was like, "Holy crap! I'm gonna go listen to these guys." And then I went down there and listened to them, and they were playing like Old Petty. They played some Tears for Fears. They played a very eclectic mix of music, but it was all like 70s, 80s stuff, and all a little bit esoteric. Like every once in a while they would play a party jam that
the drunk people would know.
Yeah, that's nice. You gotta throw those in there.
Yeah, but for the most part, they were playing what they wanted to play, and they were really good players. The singer had a great voice. I was really, really impressed, and I felt bad for them because, like, at one point there was like a super drunk dude that like tripped over their monitors and like fell into them.
That's part of the jam. Though. If you're doing a jam on a boat, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they got paid. I really hope they got paid.
They got paid a lot for that one.
Yeah, but
they totally did.
They were really good. And, you know, the night before we were at a bar. So the one thing I was going to tell you about Knoxville, so it's a very small town, but it reminded me a lot of Denton. In a weird kind of way.
Just the town's there because of the college.
Right. And the college, like University of Tennessee, reminded me a lot of North Texas. Like the campus was not like super pretty, like SEC,
right?
Tall trees
totally.
and you know, colonial facades with giant, you know, posts everywhere. And I mean, so many of the buildings were like from the 60s and 70s. It was a kind of an ugly campus. It kind of reminded me of North Texas.
Yeah, so it's not like you're in Oxford, It's not like you're.
And the main drag by the campus, we tried to go get a beer there. The day before the game, we were kind of wandering around and we tried to get a beer, and there was like one bar on this drag. I mean, it was the worst stretch of like any kind of college campus drag you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. I think I've done this.
But Knoxville has an awesome downtown, and the Market Square area, you know, there's probably a dozen bars just in this one little pedestrian square, and we ended up at a bar there the night before the game, and there was another band similar but totally different. They were playing all 60s and 70s, 70s and 80s stuff.
Nice.
But it was all like disco and funk. And they played like, you know, David Bowie Fame. You know, they were just playing random, like a totally random party shuffle playlist. And the singer was like this, we were guessing that she was like a university co-ed who had like this alter ego, because she was wearing like spandex pants and this crazy shirt and sunglasses and this giant afro wig.
So this was like her release.
Yeah, I mean, she, you know, it was like you know, what's the Dallas band that always does all the stuff?
Oh yeah, Le Freak.
Yeah, Le Freak, or the other band that always has like they used to play the Mavericks games and plays like the New Year's Eve thing.
Oh yeah. Emerald City.
Emerald City, yes. I mean, it was like that but cooler. Okay. I mean, honestly, all of these, that's the other thing that made me think that Knoxville was similar to Denton, because the band on the boat and the band in this bar, every single one of those players was badass.
Yeah, like they're ripping it.
Like they are ripping it, and I mean, they're playing covers and they're playing for a bunch of drunk idiots, but they are great musicians. And I had a full appreciation for everything that I saw, and thumbs up to Knoxville. That was a great trip.
That's awesome. That's fun.
Yeah.
So are y'all doing a thing that you're trying to make it to all the college towns eventually?
No, it's not like we have like a map with thumbtacks.
I feel like you need to do the Ole Miss thing.
Yeah, one day we will go to Oxford. I mean, I definitely want to go to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming that she keeps me around, that's what this is all contingent upon.
Yeah, that's a fragile.
But I would, I mean, because I love watching Big 12 football on TV.
Sure.
But there's nothing like watching SEC football in person.
There's nothing like it. It's one of the coolest things ever. I mean, and it's even way before the game starts.
Yeah, it's just the electricity and
it's so awesome.
The rivalries and the atmosphere. It was incredible. And even though it was
a total of just pulling teeth to get there. We made
you guys,
it.
Y'all like to make an
we pulled
adventure
through.
out of it.
Yeah, we pulled through.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad it worked out. Everything happened.
Yes, everything happened. We went boat to boat.
You did.
Crimson Tide won.
You actually, well, of course.
We made
they
it back
won.
alive. So
Of course they won.
good times.
Well, what should we do now? Do we? We've Elizabeth Fraser review has been covered. All of your indie rock bands have been covered. Your trip to Knoxville has been covered. We've talked about the kitten.
Yes, and Johnny Marr.
Johnny Marr.
I mean, this might be a 3-hour podcast. I don't know, but I think the only thing to do now is to wrap it up with a little bit more of ministry. Get everybody ready for Halloween, you know?
You did pick a great song. Should I just, we'll just see
Just punch in. Just see what happens.
We'll see what's happening. All right, let me bed this down and we'll...
Why can't I live a life for me? Why should I take the abuse that's served? Why can't they see they're just like me? It's the same in the whole wide world.
Hells yeah. Is that Al scratching? Thank you so much for listening to the October 2018 podcast of High Tea with Old Labor. #Htwow. Please tell a friend. I mean, if you want, I don't know. But where else are you going to hear this?
Happy Halloween.
This has been the 16th episode of this stupid podcast. We hope you'll join us next month. We'll talk to some Jesus and Mary Chain and 9 Inch Nails. Until then.